All right, guys, I am back and we are going to work a little bit on this one in this video, just like the cover and kind of trying to put like the inside together, and then hopefully we'll get to the point of putting in the signature, which we pretty much got ready last time. And I have not touched anything for a week. So it is anybody's guess how this is all going to turn out. Anywho, so yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. It was a very fun, interesting week at work this week, and I learned a lot, and my blisters have blisters, and my tired is very tired. And so one of the cool things that kind of came out of it, I'm just going to kind of twist this and then kind of nip the ends to kind of give it more of like a jaggedy kind of edge right there, right? Kind of fits in with our theme. So yeah, I was offered overtime. Of course, it's not mandatory, but if I would like to work overtime, I can, which I'm like, okay, great, because, you know, there's a lot of things I've been wanting to do, and a lot of things I want to pay off, and a lot of things I want to get ahead on, and this will just provide a really excellent opportunity. So, again, kind of follow up from last Tuesday. I mean, I may end up not having quite as many videos. I will definitely make sure the challenge gets finished up, because those are important, right? Because those are all going to go to, like, proceeds, or all go to charity. So that, don't worry about that. We'll finish out the challenge, and I will do what I can. There may be a couple of weeks where we're just a little bit off and we don't have very many videos. We'll just have to see how it all plays out, but I'm super excited. And again, I love where I'm working. I love the people, you know, everybody's just great there, which is so different from what I'm used to. So yeah. And the young guys I work with are just smart as all get out and just willing to help. And so yeah, fun times. Okay, so I know for sure we're using these, and then I was going to get out the rest of the kit and we would kind of decide which one of these we're going to use, and then I'm going to pause the video and then I'm going to go spray it with my clear spray, and I can actually probably grab it and show you what I'm going to use. Which one? I don't know. I really like this one. I think when I first saw it, that was like the first one that grabbed my attention, is this one right here. So let's get this cut. No, I'm not gonna, no, I'm not gonna cut it down, because it's much easier to spray the whole sheet. And give me just a second. Oh, there goes my chair. Okay, so this is what I use on them. I think, hold on, which one is this one? Yep, okay. So this one says matte, but I have one that does like a gloss finish. It dries quicker, it glues fine. I like it better than trying to use like the Mod Podge or anything like that, because then it doesn't bubble. So yep, I'm gonna pause it, go spray this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it ended up not being too glossy because I didn't realize that I was literally out of gloss. So I did the matte instead. So you'll get a very good idea of what it'll look like in matte form, which it still has a gloss to it, right? It still kind of turns regular paper into kind of a photo, right? And it is normal for some of it to kind of bleed through the back, but I have never had a problem gluing it back down. Everything seems to bond pretty well. So for me, that's not a concern. So anyways, I really hope you guys are doing well. It's been a rough couple of weeks for like growth for me, right? And I think I kind of was talking to a friend the other night, and I kind of started recognizing some patterns, right? Of just like the time of year, and kind of like when my life fell apart in 2020, and how I don't know what the right word is at the moment, but just how like significant those times of year are really always going to be for me. So yeah, I mean, it's good progress, right? All progress is good, in my opinion anyways. So yeah, let's kind of glue this down. I'm not going to put glue on this because it'll just kind of come up and you'll see it through everything since it's so sheer. So I'm going to rely heavily on the photo, and then we'll put some stuff down, and I might try to glue a little bit with the art glitter glue on the other parts. And then yeah, it should, like on the gold parts, that's what I was getting at the gold parts, it should kind of help it lay down. Okay, spread that Fabri-Tac out. Okay, I mean, kind of the bonus of doing these a little bit like a week apart, you know, everything's good and bone dry by the time you need to, you know, do some stuff. So again, I'm just going to kind of, in the beginning here, we're just going to kind of do a couple of little lines here. Go. All right, and remember the rule, we don't fold until things are dry, right? Because if we start folding, then things bubble, right? And do some weird stuff. All right, so I think I told you guys that I found this fall box in the back. And so in the short term, I'd like to use some of it because it's fall. And also, you know, it actually, I think I'm going to see if I have enough of this scrapbooking paper to kind of maybe line the inside of it. I don't know. We'll see. I think that was the plan I had last weekend because I have a little bit of it. And, or maybe they are 8.5 by 11 sheets. I don't know. We'll know when we get there. So anyways, I have these little ribbons and I thought maybe that might be a nice touch around the photo. But then I wasn't sure which color. So we'll get all 3 of them out. And I want to say that I got these at Hobby Lobby. That's where I generally get a lot of things. On occasion, I'll find some really cute stuff at like Joann's and in the dollar store. But I mean, if I had to put money on it, I would say, I was kind of thinking like doing it up each, like kind of cutting it and then going up this direction, but I'm not sure which color I would want. So we're just going to play with it for a minute. The orange kind of brings out the orange we put here, but I think ultimately I'm going to end up choosing the red. No, actually, let's go with the brown. I like that one the best. So, yeah, it's always fun getting the cover going, huh? And actually, you know what I think we'll do? We're going to stop for a minute and do the inside cover a little bit. And what I'm going to do is kind of go I generally don't go too close because I usually make the I can't even think about what I was about ready to say. I'm sorry, guys. I got a lot going on in my brain. Yeah, I'm going to have to take down some of that because it's still a little too big in some of those areas, which is fine. What I was saying is that I usually put fabric there, which I'll do again, but I've just got to kind of figure out which fabric we're going to use. Okay. All right, so lots to tell. So I don't know, like recently I've been really, I think I try my hardest always to be like a giving person, right? Like you never know who's hurting. But lately it seems that I've just been getting it back in like, and I don't mean spades like it is a negative way. I mean spades in like I've just had the amazing opportunity to meet these amazing people. And yeah, they just really, all of them have really affected my life. And I just feel like incredibly blessed lately. And so, yeah, your girl's just kind of living in this blissful time of her life, I guess. It's like all of the heartache and everything. It's really showing me that it was not for nothing, right? And really just how important it is to make sure that you're helping like other humans out when they need it, right? If you see a sad soul, say something, right? Don't just let them walk away sad, right? So yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be able to give back a little bit and receive back a little bit, and it's kind of amazing little thing, isn't it? This crazy thing we call life. Because it's just hard, right? Life is just hard, and it's hard for everybody at like different points. So yeah, we're definitely called to love. We're not called to judge. And I really believe that with my heart and soul. And I think, well, oh, okay, so that was Paper Studios a couple years ago. I'm sure I didn't pay 60 cents a piece for that. If I had to guess, it was probably one of the Hobby Lobby sales of, you know, $4 for $1 or something. So yeah, what a beautiful thing this thing called life is, isn't it? Yeah, I have no idea how long I've been on here because your girl didn't put on her watch this morning. It's still on the charger, you know. And I broke the band, which I know Bo got me like a stack of them. Like 3 of them came in this pack, but do you think I could find one of them? Not one. Not a one of them. And I know there's like 2 different colors in there. Boy, what are you guys gonna do with me, huh? And you know, the funny part is there some place where I wouldn't forget where they are. And that's exactly where those little buggers are. So yeah, how are you guys all faring in your areas with fall? I'm not, as most of you guys have probably already guessed. Like, I like the colors, like that's all fine and great, but after the colors comes the cold. And I am not a fan of cold at all. So yeah, really have a ton to report other than just the busyness. Just feeling incredibly blessed to be like kind of through, I think, like the worst of the stuff, right? My church ladies and I started a new study this week. And so, yeah, I think life is just not perfect, obviously, but like it's never ever perfect, but I feel like it is. Ugh, it's burping. Isn't that the blessing and the curse of Fabri-Tac, right? Like Fabri-Tac works really good, but it likes to bubble and it's not cheap. So you end up wasting a third of the bottle off of its burping. Oh, well. Okay, now, I know I'm not going to put one down this side, I don't think. I don't know. See, I say that, and then I'm like, maybe we should just see how it looks. Because then maybe we need it, right? That's always possible. Does it look like we need it? I think it does. I really wasn't going to put it over the top of that lace, but I think it's okay. I think it'll be fine for wear. I also do, another thing to keep in mind when you're making your covers is bulk and how usable will the journal be, right? Like if it's just for like a show journal, no big deal, right? But if you hope or plan for people to actually like use the journal, then you'll want to be cognizant of not making it too hard. And if it is, that's okay. At least maybe make like a writing board to go with it. Okay, and we're gonna let that dry a little bit because I just got my nails done and here I am with Fabri-Tac. That's gonna be great. Fabri-Tac takes off nail polish, just so you guys know. I mean, I do get the gel polish on them, so that's not like, it doesn't affect it usually too bad if I get to it right away, but yeah. Okay, so let's see, we'll leave that portion alone for a minute. Ooh, almost out of those too. Your girl needs to go shopping, I think. Okay, so I typically put 3 on them, but I would almost... Four almost fits better, huh? Because I think what we'll end up doing is doing the signature and then putting these on, but I think I want something else to kind of come out a little bit, or not something else, I don't know yet. Let's see. What do I got? I've got this. That is like way too much right there. Could do something soft, like a little bit of mauve lace underneath there to give it a little color on this side. Let's just see how we like that. Ooh, I think I like that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. All right. And then I usually double it back up and put it on the other side, right? So it's kind of cohesive. Okay, now we're going to set these aside, and before we do any more, let me get that off there before it gets too set and we can't. Okay. All right, let's get my book binder down. I usually get questions. This is from Amy, and it's a book cradle, and she has them in her shop, but I don't know, like recently, right this second, if she does. I would assume so. But yeah, she sent me that as a gift. So the last time I was in her shop, she did have them. So go check Amy at Crafty Cat out for that. And I will do my best to put her in the description box I apologize. Sometimes I don't get that done and then the video gets released. And so, yeah, I'll do my best, kids. Okay, so this is how I bind. You'll find that a lot of different creators will bind differently. So I do my 3 holes, and eventually you'll get an eye for it, kind of where you'll want it. But I usually try to go at least on the paper, like the signature, at least an inch up on that. So that's usually about my guide, regardless of what's out on the spine or, you know, the cover. As long as you're going about an inch in, especially like on a single signature journal, that for me works about the best. And then you just kind of gauge what the middle is from the 2 holes. And then, yep, I love my book cradle. Like it's one of the best gifts I ever got. So Amy, if you're watching, I love it. Thank you very much. Let's see, let's go with the dark brown. I need to start my cooking for the week too. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind today, and I worked yesterday, so like I'm kind of feel like I'm a day behind. It'll take me a while because I am going to work Saturdays for a little while. So it's just a matter of like kind of changing out, you know, what you do when you do it, right? Just be busier, and that's okay, right? I think this time around, working so many hours, I'm not doing it for distraction. And I think that is what's going to make all the difference in the world, right? There's like a purpose to it now. Instead of just like surviving or trying, for lack of better words, avoiding life or, you know, having to deal with things. Oh, I'm working. Never mind. Sorry. Can't go do that. Oops. You know, I mean, I never did that or anything. Of course not. No, kidding. Yeah, no. So I think this time around, I'm just that much healthier, right? So I feel like I can actually give myself that and give my coworkers that. So, okay. So the other thing about signatures, and I know almost every time I do one on camera, I like reiterate kind of what to do, but that's so important when we have new journalers, right? Okay, so if you look here, I have half of it here and half of it here, and then this in the middle. It's really important to do that because if you don't have it on either side of the string, then you're not really securing it, okay? So always make the T, is what I call them. Okay, so, and then I always pull the tightness in the, see, remember the needle came up from the bottom? So I'm gonna pull my strings this way. And that will really get them as tight as they possibly can be, right? Okay. All right. All right, now we can definitely kind of open this back up and finish out the cover, because then now we can do the gluing on the spine and not worry about trying to come up through the flowers. I keep putting my stuff away, so I'm sorry if you guys see my big old arm right in the camera, but it is what it is, I guess. Ooh, we are gluey. And by we, I mean me. Okay, and I generally don't put 4, but 4 just lines out nicely, doesn't it? I just like it that way. I am, however, before we glue this down, I was gonna maybe take these, since I'm almost out, and just see how it would look with some of our colors. Like, could we do a little bit of inking on them, kind of change them out just a little bit, like just barely. Kind of blend the cover and the flowers together. I'm only gonna do one, but I wanted to like use one I'm not gonna use on the cover, basically is what I was getting at. Okay, let's see what happens when we add some of that burgundy color in there. Maybe. There it is. What is it called? Thistle. Every time I hear the word thistle, I think of Sister Susie sitting on a thistle, that Christmas song. I don't know, I think I vaguely remember singing it in elementary school at like one of the Christmas concerts. Okay, do we like that? See, I think the mauve kind of covered up the orange. I feel like there's a lot of mauve right there, so let's try this next one with just the orange and maybe like a little bit of something else. I don't know yet. That's why we're creating today. Or maybe we do every other one, huh? I guess I didn't, that just popped in my head too. Maybe we change up the colors a little bit. No, but is that too much like goldy? No, I think it's perfect. But how does it look together? You know, believe it or not, I kind of like it. So I think on this one, we'll start orange, red, or burgundy. And that, you know what I mean? I'll show you. That way the mauve isn't right at the top, so it doesn't like draw your eye right to it. You know, we could tone it down. That's something else we'll investigate before I do some final. Okay. Woo. A little aggressive with it today. I guess the orange did really help kind of tone that down. Okay. Well, so we know now. And that made a big difference. Like, I'll show you the difference between the two. See? Well, it's subtle, but still different. So I think I'm going to take that, the coffee color, and then kind of go over the top of both of them a little bit. And just dilute it down a little bit, if you will. I'm going to use one of my old coffees too, just so that we don't have any unnecessary blending, I guess, if you will. This one was like my very first one. And my mom got me my second one. And then Christian got me the third one. I haven't even opened the third one yet. I haven't had to. Oh, I kind of dig that. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and put this together. Then I think I'll spot glue the tool that it's mounted to. Oh, again, I stuck my fingers in there. Oh, no, we wanted, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Yep. Oh my goodness. Look at how pretty she is. Oh, I like her. She's very pretty. All right, guys, I think, I'm not going to fold that up, but I think that is it for this video. I think we're probably out of time. So, I will just see you in the next video. Bye, guys.